Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Kevin here, and in this week's episode, I will be answering Google's top most searched questions about Malaysia. In light of my upcoming return back home, I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys more about my home. Since I've been in Melbourne for so long, it's time to go back to my roots. We'll see what Google has to offer and we'll learn new things, probably even me. And to accompany me today, I will have this dessert, which is a Chinese delicacy dessert called the mooncake, which is pastry having a bean paste inside. So I have two versions here. One is a red bean and one is a lotus. As I slice it open, you guys can see just how nice and golden the color is with the nice thick lotus paste inside. Here it is. And this was to accompany the Harvest Moon Festival, also known as the Mooncake Festival. So very apt dessert to accompany me today, as this is very popular also in Malaysia. Oh, that's so good. The flavor is very rustic and also very calming. Very smooth bean paste. Alright, let's get to it. Let's see what Google has to say. I will go with the section of why do Malaysians, as people are important, so we'll start with the people first. So, why do Malaysians... Ooh, look at all of that questions. Exciting. Okay, let's see how many I can do. First one, which is the same as second. Why do Malaysians say lah? Good question. La is actually a suffix used at the end of a sentence, which is a very local term, something that has been stuck with Malaysian Manglish for a long time. If you're watching my previous Malaysian Manglish accent, you'll see that I do use it sometimes. I think it's more like a fun thing to add to a sentence to make it more exciting. For example, we would say like, okay lah, or whatever lah, sure lah, how can lah, why not lah. It's all about adding that la to make it more exciting, even though there's no meaning to it. Almost every Malaysian says it, including this one here. Third one, why do Malaysians migrate to Australia? This one isn't. Well, Australia is actually a very popular destination for most Malaysians to migrate to because of the higher standard of living, and also because it's one of the nearest Western countries compared to England and America, which is why most Malaysians think that by traveling to Australia they can get a Western education, which is the nearest, and also the safetiness, the food, and also the nice people. And I have seen actually in my whole 3 years here in Melbourne, so many other Malaysians also. Even in my uni in Swinburne University, I've met plenty of other fellow Malaysians. We have one big family right here, and people just bond together. Fourth question, why do Malaysians speak English? That's a very good question actually. Most people would think that people in Malaysia wouldn't speak English because it sounds like a tropical country sort of. I think less than 100 years ago, the British actually came to Malaysia and colonized our area, and because of that, they brought in their English education system, such as the language, the curriculum, and they set up missionary schools across the country, such as these places. And they were really popular at the time. So because of that, the generation at the time knew English, and the generation after that were taught English. And now English is actually Malaysia's second language. The first is Bahasa Malaysia, second is English, third would be other ethnic languages. So I am thankful that we use English as our second language so that we can communicate with people all across the world. And this leads to the fourth question, why do Malaysians speak Chinese? So what many people don't know about Malaysia is Malaysian people are actually comprised of many races that combine to one nationality. So we have the main majority, which is the Malays, and the Chinese, which is me, and we have the Indians and also other minority groups. So the Chinese people actually came from China probably about 200 years ago because of the tin mining industry that boomed. It was really big, and also rubber plantations that called many people from China for opportunities. Even my grandparents came, and that was about 50, 60 years ago. So a lot of Chinese people came over for a better life, and they settled here, and their children also grew up here, which is why many people can speak Chinese because their parents came from China. 25% of Malaysians are Chinese, so yeah, that's why they can speak Mandarin. Unfortunately, I don't speak Mandarin because I never learned it. So next question, why do Malaysians work in Singapore? Okay, if you look at the map, Singapore is actually a tiny country that is right below Malaysia. It is really tiny, but the economy of Singapore is massive. It's really doing well, and because of that, it attracts a lot of Malaysians over because it has, a better economy. And the thing is, if you work in Singapore, the amount of money that you get is worth 3 times more in currency value when you convert it back to Malaysia, which is why many Malaysians choose to work in Singapore for a period of time, and they will bring home the money back to Malaysia, and it will become lots of it. So if your salary is 3,000 Singapore dollars, when you bring home to Malaysia, it will be 9,000 ringgit. That is a lot. So many Malaysians choose to do that to get that money and experience. And for a mooncake break. This one doesn't have the salted egg yolk in the middle, it's a plain mooncake. So if you want to be more luxurious, get the ones with the salted egg yolk. It will blow your mind. This is a really fun question, the next one. Why do Malaysians love Milo? I don't really understand why, but Milo is really big in Malaysia. It is a chocolate malt drink, and even though we do have, other chocolate drinks like Cadbury, Milo is huge. And that was because when we were younger, back in primary school, whenever we would have, sports activities or sports day or sports carnival, we would have a Milo truck that will be parked there for students who just finished their sports activities to grab a cup of Milo. It was so nice and cool and refreshing. Children would enjoy themselves because it would tasted so good after a long run. And I think this mentality grew up with children that, after a nice hot day, you sip a glass of cold Milo and it's just really good. Probably because they put condensed milk inside, which is why it tasted so good. Alright, so I did mostly why do. Now let's do an opening sentence question with does. Wow, look at that! I'm guessing for this one, it is mostly Malaysians asking these questions, not really outsiders, because it looks like Malaysians are travelholics, such as me. Like, all of them are relating to the same topic. Does Malaysians need visa to enter all of these countries? Apparently, Malaysia is actually a fortunate country because we do not need visas to enter 180 countries across the world. So looking at this list, the ones that I do know you need a visa is Canada and China. We do not need a visa, man. It's like we are able to enter all of these places, which is why Malaysia is the 9th most powerful passport in the world and also the number 1 most powerful passport in a developing country. Alright, that's all the time we have for today in our Google segment. I had a lot of fun answering this because it makes me more aware of my home, and hopefully you guys also. Thank you guys for watching, and also do subscribe for more content. And especially since I'm going home to Malaysia, you will find more content in my home country, which I'm so excited for. Do stay in touch, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!